Dad's diary. You see?
Look, Indy. The Roman numerals.
Dad was onto something here. Well, now we know the source of the numbers, but we still don't know what they mean. Dad sent me this diary for a reason. Until we find out why, I suggest we keep it to ourselves.
Find something?
Yes, 3, 7, and 10. The window seems to be the source of the Roman numerals.
My God, I must be blind.
Dad wasn't looking for a book about the knight's tomb. He was looking for the tomb itself. Don't you get it? The tomb is somewhere in the library. You said yourself it used to be a church. Look. 3, 7, 7, 10, and 10. Now, where's the 10? Look around for the 10.
Where is the 10? I don't know, but I know something. I know that this is a new video coming from my sick brain to talk about injections. So in that scene, there is a window in red with 3 numbers on it. 7, 3, and 10. We're gonna call that window the codomain. And there is a library there with 2 numbers, 3 and 7. And now we're gonna define f, a function going from the library, the domain, to the window, the codomain. That function is transforming the numbers from the library into the numbers of the window. That function f is an injection. But why is it an injection? Good question. Explanation. So you have 2 ways to define what an injection is. There is, let's say, the smooth way for kids, easy to understand and not too formal. That would be the first one. So it's a 1-to-1 mapping, meaning that like the 3 there is mapped to the 3 there, and it's just 1 and 1. You cannot see a 2-to-1 or a 1-to-2 mapping. It's just that 3 mapped to that 3 there, and it's just one line. And the 7 there is mapped to the 7 there. So that 7 is mapped to only one guy in the domain. So you have a 1-to-1 relationship. Nobody is linked twice. 1-to-1 mapping and some elements from the window, from the codomain, may not be mapped. For example, this guy, the 10, right now is alone, like is not mapped to an element from the domain, and that's fine, still an injection. So that was the light definition, or there is a heavy, strict definition, the formal one. So whatever n1 and n2, so 2 numbers I take in the library, if the images of those numbers are equal, then the numbers are equal in the library. Not very easy to understand for a human brain, because being equal in a domain and being equal in a codomain and like that kind of thing is difficult, because we like to think in terms of being different and being different. It's easier for people. So very often when we talk about injections, we use a contrapositive, which is this guy. So that one is way more used. So if I take two different numbers in the library, then I get 2 different images on the window. Very easy to explain in that case, because if I take 2 numbers in the library, so 3 and 7, and they're different, that's the case, I take 3 and 7 different numbers, I end up, if I take the image in the window, so 3 is that guy, 7 is that guy, the images of those guys are different as well. 7 and 3 there are different. Injection. Done. Now, question. Where is the bijection, Indy? Where is he?
3, 7, 6.
Where is it? We need to define what a bijection is. So a bijection is an injection plus plus, okay? So it's gonna be 1 to 1 relationship, just like the injection, but earlier when we said that some elements from the codomain may not be mapped, that's not the case anymore for a bijection. So 1 to 1 and so all elements must be mapped. All elements from the domain, the codomain, must be mapped. That's a bijection. Two conditions. Okay, so if I try to draw the situation again, domain 3, 7, and codomain 3, 7, 10. So if I try to make this condition valid, I could do this. And in that case, all elements from the codomain are mapped. So 7, 3, and 10, they're mapped. There is a link, and another link. But it's not a one-to-one relationship because you have this and that. And not only it's not a one-to-one relationship, but it's not a function anymore because you cannot have one element from the domain mapped twice. Not a function. So it doesn't work. So we need to add a new element in the domain, a 10. So if I add a 10 there, and I connect them, then it's a bijection. Why? Because all elements are mapped there. 10 is mapped, 3 is mapped, 7 is mapped, and it's a 1-to-1 mapping. Yay, it's a bijection.
X marks the spot.